I'm gonna get you copyrighted. Who can say where the road goes, where the day goes? Only time.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. This is a little bit of a somber video. I don't know how to do this type of thing, but let me just get into it. As you guys know, Klutch Kickers is coming up, and I've been working really hard on my Klutch Kickers car, the budget build car. We got a bunch of work done on it, put some new suspension on it, fuel suspension. We did Wisefab in the front, GTR axles in the rear, just making everything so that there's no failures. I want that car to be as reliable as possible and as strong as possible and to drive as good as it ever has or better. I took it down Friday to get it tuned with JR, and it was fast. We turned it up to 22 pounds. Car was ripping. It's got a 3576. We did a new cylinder head on it. Car feels amazing. Really, really good. I street drove it down there, street drove it back. With the little bit of alignment we did on the Wisefab, it was driving really straight, really good. But as I always do before I go on a trip, I call up my alignment guy. And so I called him and said, hey, I'm going out of town. I had to go up to Portland to grab 2 cars to transport down to Florida. So I wanted to bus up to Portland to get back here by Sunday. It was a really tight trip, and I thought, okay, how am I gonna make this all work out? So I dropped my car off for an alignment, left the keys there in the drop box, and took off on my trip that night. My dad and I left Friday night and drove through the night to Portland. Alignment was to be done Saturday morning, and then my guys were gonna pick it up. So I do my shift driving through the night. I fall asleep, my dad's driving, my phone rings, and I was asleep and I was trying to get some good sleep so I could drive again, so I ignored it. Phone rings again, it won't stop. And so I kind of wake up, I look at my phone, and it's my alignment guy. So I'm like, all right. So I answer it, and his voice is very distraught, like very, very distraught. I've known this guy for a long time. He's a good friend of mine, and I knew something wasn't right when he called me. He's like, hey, we got a problem. And I was like, okay, what happened? Did you break a bolt? Is something wrong? Do I need to order some parts? Like, what's going on? And he said, I finished your alignment. It's driving amazing. This car's the best it's ever felt, but I crashed it. And I was like, is this a joke? Like, I wasn't sure, because he's a guy that would make a joke. And immediately I think he recognized my voice, that I was unsure. And he said, and I could hear in his voice like he was serious. And he said, this isn't a joke. I know you got Klutch Kickers. This is very serious. It's a huge problem. And then he says the words that just ripped my heart out. He said, this car is totaled. There's no way you're gonna make it. Impossible. Like, it is so bad. And he said it like 5 times. It is so bad. I'm so sorry. It is so bad. I'm so sorry. And he was like extremely shooken up and extremely emotional. It turns out I was the first person he had called after he had the incident, and which I have a lot of respect. A lot of guys might try and cover up or do something different or try and cover their tracks or whatever, but he was 100% straightforward with me, called me right away and said, you know, I'm really sorry. Let's figure this out, right? And so I told him, like, hey, man, are you all right? I want to make sure you're okay. Let's figure this out. Like, get the car moved, get it in a safe spot. Let's just, you know, and let me call my buddies, have someone come help, figure it out, all that stuff. So fast forward a little bit, he sends me pictures of the car. I have Brody go up there to check on it because my alignment guy was emotional. I thought maybe he's overreacting. Maybe it's not that bad. So I have Brody go up there, and Brody said, it is that bad. There's no chance. I get the pictures, and I'm just like, my heart dropped, right? Obviously, the first thoughts in my head, the car is whatever. You guys that have watched the budget build, I don't have that much money in the car. There's a lot of parts that are salvageable. The shell is whatever. I took it from junk and made it something that's not junk, but like, it was crashable. So I wasn't shook enough about that. It was more the fact that I have absolutely zero time to make any preparations to take a different car. So that's where my heart sunk. I've paid for flights, which I almost never do. I'm flying some guys in. I paid for a hotel. I paid all the tickets for everybody. I've got all this money on the line, and immediately, like, I don't have a car. So my thoughts go to what's next. But anyways, I'm back from Portland now. I drove all night to get here. I'm super tired. I'm trying to leave in the morning to go on this trip, but this is the first time I've seen this car. And I was gonna make a video tomorrow morning when it was light, but the reason I decided to do it right now is because we started getting phone calls. Because what happened is the storage unit found out what had happened, and so they obviously called the police, and they had the tow truck, maybe a license plate, whatever, however they figured it out. They got a hold of Kelly because Kelly called the tow truck, got a hold of me, and now we're getting it all worked out. So that's where we're at right now.
That's where we're at.
We're investigating, right? You're investigating, and
We're
so
investigating.
I'm making sure that they know that who's responsible and what's going on, all that stuff. But here's the car.
Light?
What?
I got a light.
The light?
You want to shine the light on this situation?
Official police business. Can we get some caution tape around this thing?
Yeah, we need to
crime
tape
scene.
it off.
Add that to the stripe.
That's
baby. Caution.
I'm laughing because like I'm trying not to cry. This is really rough for me. Like I said, I never thought I'd have to make a video like this, but this is a sad day right here. It turns out he hit like a storage unit, kind of like the bays of our building where we have like door, concrete, or brick, and he hit in 3 different spots, and it was pretty rough. The front is completely bad. Like if it was just the back, I could drive it, I could fix it, but the front is what's bad. It looks like the engine's salvageable. The radiator, there's oil leaking, the throttle body. And it's a bummer because I just put a bunch of new parts on here. The shock tower, the tube front. But luckily it looks like the Wise Fab, the coilovers are good. Just a major bummer.
This roll cage probably saved his life.
Oh, I didn't see this side.
If you look inside where the B-pillar,
That seat helps so much too.
like he could have been a lot.
That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. So this is gonna sit here while they conduct their investigation.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not in trouble. The poor car, I hope the poor car's not in trouble. She's had enough. But we've gotta, you know, it is what it is, and so now we gotta handle the business side of things. So I'm gonna tell you guys in a minute what we figured out for Florida this weekend, but not all hope is lost. I just wanted to show the car because it is very sad. There's a lot of memories here. Maybe I'll make a, what do you call that? A montage. Yeah, a montage. I did that for the other car when I got rid of it. All right, guys. So just to close this video out, obviously I specifically haven't named the person who was driving the car. It's not about that. It's not about pointing fingers. It's not about blame. It's not about any of that stuff, right? The situation is what it is. And at the end of the day, what I told him is stuff happens. Like, it could have happened to me, could have happened to anyone. We've all done stupid stuff. We've all made mistakes. Like, there's no point in trying to drag someone or make a big deal out of it, right? Him and I handling that, that's its own thing. The point is about the car. I want to focus on rebuilding and moving to the next step. But like I said, for me, immediately, it's all about getting to Klutch Kickers because I'm trying to win the championship. I'm taking this very seriously, and when this happened, all of that weight hit me all at once. Like, hey, like, this is affecting my whole entire season, my ability to chase the championship, and not having the car that I had spent time and effort and money on to get to that point was just devastating. But the silver lining is that we do have a solution. We are driving to Florida still, and we are going to be competing in a car. I'm going to leave you guys on a cliffhanger and not tell you what it is yet. I will reveal that in the next video, but it's time to hit the road. Alton and I are ready to hit the road trip. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. We've got some work to do and a lot of driving. I'm already 6 hours late hitting the road, but I want to get this video out today so you guys know what's going on. Thank you guys for following along. The videos are going to start ramping up again. Whenever I do something interesting like go on a road trip, I usually try and film it, and so that will be what you guys have to look forward to the next few days and the exciting adventure that's coming. And I'm actually pretty stoked on what's going to be happening at Klutch Kickers and the car that we're going to be driving. I'm going to be driving. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Please leave the comments below. I'd like to hear some speculation on what you think I'll be driving. and any of that stuff. If you know, please don't spoil it for others. There's a few people that know, but tell me in the comments. And thank you guys for all the support you've given me, for watching my videos, for watching the budget build. Obviously this is the end of that series because that car is done for, but we'll be pulling parts off and starting on something else soon for round 3. That's it. Bye.